Hey guys, Myzzrym here with the big 3 Spirit update, and as the name implies, we have 2 new heroes coming up to help our little Storm Spirit on the battlefield. We have Ember Spirit and Earth Spirit. So before we start, I just wanted to show you that there's a couple of other changes as well, such as you can now click on the minimap on the bottom to show where you're going. So either top lane, mid lane, bottom lane, jungle, or even the enemy jungle if so pleases. And we are going to jump into these 3 Spirit updates, so stay tuned. Alright, so first change is Storm Spirit. You can see that he has a visual update. He's no longer very fat, and he has been working out. So you can see that a couple of other changes, such as the passive and the static remnant icon, but otherwise he's fairly much the same at the moment. So there's not a lot of changes for our little Storm Spirit. Of course, the static remnants also changed. You don't have like the old Mexican plumber anymore as a little static remnant images. Alright, so our new addition to the field is Ember Spirit, a hero coming from Dota 1. He's a melee agility hero that has a couple of very powerful spells, so he's kind of like a melee spellcaster that can also get, additional, of course, auto attack items as well since he's agility, but his spells are pretty good. So first skill is Searing Chain. So around a 400 AoE radius of him, he's gonna net the 2 closest units. Apparently not the 2 closest, just 2 random units in the 400 AoE radius. So it works like a Naga net. It lasts up to 3 seconds and damage up to 100 damage per second, and it's gonna net 2 units. So the cooldown goes from 14 to 8, and the mana cost is 110. His second skill is called Slate of Fist, and basically you have to understand that that's kind of like an Omni Slash that hits only once every unit in a very large AoE. So it deals additional damage to heroes. It goes from 30 to 120 bonus damage, and it also hit creeps but with a 50% damage penalty. It goes from 30-second cooldown to 6-second cooldown maximum, and basically it looks like this. So it's pretty cool. You hit the enemies and then you come back to your original location, so it deals a good amount of damage, and also you don't take too many risks. So his third skill is pretty much Pipe of Insight active with the Ion Shell together. It gives you a shield that burns the enemies around. So 400 AoEs has very long range compared to Ion Shell, and the difference here is that he also has 500 magic absorb. So up to 500 magic damage will be absorbed by the shield, and when the shield is broken, the damage also disappears. And basically, so that's, like I said, it's a Pipe of Insight with the Ion Shell. It has a 35-second cooldown. It can last up to 20 seconds, so it's fairly good. And you can also basically run into the fray with this and not be afraid to just get burst down immediately. So his ultimate has 3 charges. You gain 1 charge per 35 seconds, and when you use it, you can send a Fire Remnant up to that runs up to 2.5 his speed to target location, and you gain charges continuously. I think the charges last around 50 seconds, so once 50 seconds passed, the charge will just explode. That, or you cannot have more than 3 charges. I think I had 4 charges at once on the map, but that's like it leads to testing. I will make videos of advanced mechanics on Ember Spirit. So what is his ultimate here? It doesn't cost any mana to throw them out, and then what you can do is you can activate the Fire Remnant with the D touch, and it will basically explode and deal damage whenever you arrive to it. So for example, I'm going to put 2 there, and I want to go there, so I'm going to click on this one, and it's going to go with basically the Fire Remnant that you're targeting is going to be arrived last. So Ember Spirit is just going to fly through all the remaining active Fire Remnant that are on the map, and will arrive at the target location that you clicked last. So it will deal 200 damage per charges exploded, so you can stack like 3 charges here and just blow up the Mirana if you want, but you can also put charges pretty much everywhere and just jump and jump and jump. Know that the Activate Fire Remnant doesn't have any cooldown, so you can just press R, put a Fire Remnant there, activate it, run to it, then use another Fire Remnant if you have one active, and just use it again. But it's 150 per Fire Remnant, so 150 mana is not a few. That's not a little mana cost, especially for an agility hero. Alright, so third addition to the battlefield, or should I say second addition to the field, is actually a very recent hero for Dota 1 as well. It's called Earth Spirit, and he's a strength melee hero as well. So he has a couple of skills. So first is his Stone Remnant. You can basically call a stone, and it has charges, so 6 charges maximum, as you can see here, 25 seconds per charge to get a new one, and the stone lasts for 2 minutes, so 120 seconds. So you call a stone, you can call a stone pretty much anywhere in a pretty big radius, and you can have up to, I don't know how many stones on the battlefield if you want to, so yeah, you have that many stones, and it disappear after 2 minutes. You don't have a limit of stone. So you can see that the stone form looks kind of like the old Starter Spirit with a little hat. So, as for his skill, we have first skill is called Boulder Smash. So what it does is it smashes the enemy target, ally, or Stone Remnant, knocking it back in the direction he's facing. And the knockback target deals damage to all unit it hits. And if the target was a Stone Remnant, damaged targets are also silenced and the travel distance is improved. So the radius is 225, so you have to be pretty much in melee range to use it. The damage 250, the knockback speed is 1200, silence duration 5, which is enormous, and you have a 800 pushback radius like this, so you're pushing back very far as well. And you can push back allies, like they said, so you can save allies. For example, Doom is coming to gank our poor little Ember Spirit, and he has low HP, and you push him away, and you're like, okay, no problem, I save you, bro. So that's our little Earth Spirit here, pushing people with Boulder Smash. And if you push someone into someone else, just let's say like this, yeah, you see that Mirana also takes damage. She will not be pushed back, but she will take damage as it goes through her. And same if you push a stone there, you will be dealing damage, and you will also be silencing people. So you see the AoE is pretty large. I hit it like this, and Luna also got hit. So you see that the stone goes way farther than the hero. That's because the stone distance is 2000 range of travel, and the unit is 800 range. So up to 10 second cooldown, 100 mana cost, pretty nice. So second skill is called Rolling Boulder, and after 0.6 second delay, Earth Spirit becomes a boulder, rolling in the direction he is facing and damaging all enemy units, stopping if he collides with the enemy hero or is stunned. The boulder if the boulder rolls over a Stone Remnant, the Stone Remnant is consumed and travels distance and speed is improved. And the impacted enemies have their the movement and attack speed slowed. So radius 150, speed up to 800, speed with a stone up to 1600, damage is 90 with a stone 135, distance is 800, and with a stone 1600 with a slow duration of 2 and the slow percentage of 80. So it can go down from 16 to 4 second cooldown. So basically it can just go rolling around like, you know, so you can see it still goes pretty fast. And you can put down stones in the way, of course, if you want, so you can then roll around and then go very quickly and then, you know, hit people and they're slowed. You see that Mirana hasn't been slowed, but because it's the first unit's hit. So I wonder if it's like if you put like 2 stones there. Let's see. No, apparently it only consumes 1 of them. Alright, so this is the second skill. The third skill is called Magnetic Grip. So it pulls the target ally units or Stone Remnant to his location, and the enemy struck by the flying target will be stunned, taking damage if this flying target is a Stone Remnant. So it deals 125 damage if it's a stone, and it deals the stun duration up to 2.5 seconds. So basically, you put a stone there, and then you call it, and then you see Luna has been stunned. You can also save allies. So basically this is a 1-point wonder because the only thing that changes is the stun duration, and the cooldown stay the same, the mana cost stay the same, the range stay the same. So you can see that the range is pretty large. If you want for example to gank with the Ember Spirit, you can call him in the battlefield and see Ember Spirit's here. He can start hitting on the enemy using the Searing Chain, etc, etc. So Earth Spirit is very much a hero that doesn't really rely himself on movement, but that pulls and push the allies and the enemies around. So he's kind of screwing up the enemy's positioning and helping with the allies' positioning, somewhat like, for example, let's say the swap from Vengeful Spirit or the vacuum from the dorks here. Then we have his ultimate Magnetize, and it magnetizes all all units in a small nearby area, causing them to take damage over time for a short duration. Any magnetized hero cause nearby stone remnants to become energized and explode, refreshing and applying the magnetized debuff on all units near the stone remnants. So this process can repeat multiple times. The stone remnants are destroyed in the process, and if an enemy hero is silenced or slowed as a result of a rolling boulder or boulder smash, the magnetized heroes all share the effect. So basically 300 AoE radius, rock search radius 300 as well, rock explosion radius 600, debuff duration 6, and damage per second is 100. So I just have to, okay, so you have to be in close range. Apparently it's not a target area, it's just around you. So I'm just going to refresh that, and I'm magnetizing them. I'm putting a rock, so the rock is going to explode. Looks like, yeah. So the rocks just exploded apparently, and it just like increased the duration. So basically, if you're chasing people and you can just like keep on landing rocks on them, and just like, you know, I magnetize you, I put a rock, he's trying to run away, I magnetize again, and I magnetize again. So basically you can just chase if you have a lot of rocks, and it's gonna just keep the magnetize on them. But you also have to remember to use the other spell, so that's the tricky part. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm in a game with my student here. I am playing as the coach, so I am a spectator. It has absolutely no delay. So right now I can see what my friend here, Pound Zones, is watching. If I click here, and I can click on the world of the minimap to ping, and basically he sees my ping. So I can just like, you know, start harassing him with pings. Another big update in this patch is, of course, Diretide is back. So Diretide, with the bucket of candies and the people killing each other in the middle lane to get those candies, those sweet candies. For those who haven't been playing last year, Diretide is basically an event mode that happens in Halloween, and you basically you just get candies, put them in your basket, or steal the candies from the enemy's basket, and then you go put them back in your own. There's 3 phases to Diretide. The first phase is everyone's looking for candies by killing creeps and, you know, basically gathering candies. Second phase is Roshan comes out of the pit and start hitting on anyone, and you must feed him candies to calm him down. And the third and last phase is you have basically Roshan spawning either here or there, and it's like everyone versus Roshan. You cannot kill your enemies during this time. You must be hitting on Roshan to kill him, and he has like, I think three lives or something, and some super good attacks. And I do think that if you get the last hit, your team gets some bonus, but I'm not really sure. So that's it for Diretide. Now let's go and look at the other little nifty updates that we have. A new addition, very cool addition to the spectating mode and the replay mode is that you can watch a hero from a basically cinematic view. So you just have to click here and click on the hero you want. For example, this guy, I click here, and then I can follow him around. And if you want to change the point of view, you just have to left click and then drag around, and you can see here like that. And it makes from some very nice little effects and some very nice fights. You can see there, it's a new perspective when you just played for 3 years and you're just used to watching the battles all unfold from a top-down view. So for new players, with a couple of very nice changes, we have already seen that you can have coaches. Apparently there's also a new last hit training mission that doesn't appear here since I haven't completed the mechanic tutorial. And you also have the players are now substituted by bots if they leave in limited hero mode. So limited hero mode is a mode you usually play when you're a new player, although many people just, you know, say that you shouldn't play limited hero pool because very often it's just like, you know, all players coming there to stomp noobs. And if someone leaves now, it will be replaced by a bot, so it doesn't ruin the experience completely. And if you're supposed to be new, bots are not that, you know, that bad when you're a new player. So a few new changes to the item system. You have crafting and socketing now. So socketing, as you can see here, for some reason Valve gave me a Drodo in the test version, so I'm not really sure. I think it's just for showcase to see how the gem works. So you can see the Drodo here has an Ethereal Gem and a Prismatic Gem that gives it two different effects. First is that it's Champion's Blue Drodo, and second is that it has a Champion's Aura from the Ethereal Gem, Champion's Aura 2012. For the crafting, you must have a recipe to craft. So you can drop recipe just like any other item in game, or you must buy them in the shop by buying I think a scroll or something. I think it's random. So there you go. Apparently crafting takes a lot of specific items, so they're telling us to take a deep look at the basically the Steam market, because it's probably going to be there that you can find all the items you need to get the items you need for crafting. Something else that you cannot see right now because it's not on the test version is that the games that are part of the best of series are now grouped and spoiler protected. So you can now watch inside the Dota 2 client without spoiling yourself to see that the best of 3 was a 2-0 victory, and just by watching the first game you know who's gonna win. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this update preview. If you have any question about the specifics, you can head up to Dota2.com. There's a huge list of all the little changes, and I'll see you guys on the field of Diretide with a bucket full of candies. See ya!